Today, we're talking about a place so extreme, so alien, that it's not on another planet, it's right here on Earth. This isn't a story about mountains reaching up, but about human ambition drilling down. This is the story of the Kola Superdeep Borehole. This tiny hole, just 23 centimeters wide, is the deepest we've ever gone into our own planet. And what we found there shattered our expectations and sounded like pure science fiction. The year is 1970. The Cold War is raging, but the battlefront isn't just in space or with missiles. It's also a race, straight down. The Soviets, on a remote peninsula above the Arctic Circle, began an epic project. Their goal wasn't oil or gas. It was pure knowledge. To pierce the Earth's crust and see what lies beneath. Now, in school, we learn the Earth has layers. The crust, the mantle, the core. Simple, right? We thought the crust was about 30 to 50 kilometers thick. And beneath it, a boundary called the Moho discontinuity, where the crust meets the mantle. The Kola team wanted to reach it. They drilled for 24 years. Think about that. A generation of scientists and engineers working on a single, seemingly impossible hole. The engineering was insane. They weren't digging a mine shaft. They were drilling a vertical needle. As they went deeper, the heat and pressure became monstrous. At around 12 kilometers, the temperature hit 180 degrees Celsius 356 degrees Fahrenheit, much hotter than predicted. The rock stopped being solid and brittle and became more plastic. It flowed like tar, closing in on the hole. The drill bits were constantly failing. But here's where it gets wild, the discoveries. First, they expected to find a transition from granite to basalt at about 7 kilometers. They didn't. It was just more granite, all the way down to 12 kilometers. This forced geologists to completely rethink how continents formed. Then, they found water. At depths where all the rock pores should have been sealed shut by pressure, they found microscopic pockets of water. This wasn't surface water that trickled down. This was water locked in the rock's molecular structure, now freed by the immense heat and pressure. It was a brand new discovery. They also analyzed seismic waves and found that the rock down there was far less dense than they thought, cracked and saturated with this superheated water. But the biggest legend? The so-called well to hell. In the late 80s, a tabloid story spread like wildfire, that Soviet drillers had broken through into a cavern, lowered a microphone, and recorded the screams of the damned. It was a complete hoax, a piece of brilliant folklore. But the real truth was shocking enough. They had reached depths where the conditions were truly hellish. In 1994, they stopped. They'd reached 12,262 meters, over 12 kilometers, or 7.6 miles down. The heat was now a crushing 180 degrees Celsius, and the rock became impossibly viscous. The technology of the time could go no further. The project was abandoned. The hole was sealed with a massive, bolted-shut metal cap. All that remains is a rusting industrial site and a modest monument. Today, the Kola borehole remains the deepest artificial point on Earth. We've since drilled deeper offshore for oil, but never deeper into the continental crust from land. It's a monument not just to science, but to human curiosity. We went looking for a simple boundary and found a world of complex, unexpected chaos. So, what's the legacy of this tiny, deep scar on Earth? It taught us profound humility. We realized we know less about the ground beneath our feet than we do about distant stars. It showed us that our planet is not a neat layer cake, but a dynamic, surprising, and still largely mysterious place. The Kola borehole is a literal and metaphorical journey into the unknown, a reminder that the final frontier isn't always above us. Sometimes, it's straight down. If you found the story of humanity's deepest hole as fascinating as I do, hit that like button. It lets me know you want more deep dives into incredible human endeavors. And subscribe for more explorations of the weird, wonderful, and extreme parts of our world. What other extreme engineering projects should we cover next? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring.